Hi there, Laura Warren, psychic medium. I recently did a video about empaths versus psychic vampires and why empaths seem to be so drawn to psychic vampires. But now I want to give you a little bit of help how to deal with this situation. So I've decided to create three separate videos. This one is about how you protect yourself. How are you going to protect your life force energy? And then we'll have another video about how to develop a plan and how to recharge yourself after you've dealt with a vampire. But this one is about protecting that sacred energy of yours. So often what happens when we get in these relationships with psychic vampires is we get so depleted, we almost get confused and we're not aware of what's happening exactly, and we can often get very tired. So it's important that we find ways to kind of bring that energy back to ourselves, and how do we protect ourselves from this happening any further. So first of all, I just want to explain to you that between us and our psychic vampire, we've made these cords and connections of energy. And they're like little highways, or like little threads of connection of energy between you and the person. So they can sort of manipulate and pull energy from you once these cords are created. And we create cords of energy with everybody we come in contact with. But a lot of times it's reciprocal. If you connect with somebody who's of like mind, who's positive, uplifting, then you kind of work off each other, and it's great. It's manifesting, it's synchronicity, it's that triangulation effect of energy, and we feel like blessed, we feel pumped, we feel ready to go. But what happens when somebody is just draining your energy? It's exactly that. You just feel drained after the interaction with them. So how do we bring back some of our energy so we can start to make a plan, so we can protect ourselves in the future against this happening? And so there's some exercises that I like to do. Now, the first one is to actually ask for help. Ask a higher power to help you to cut these cords of energy between yourself and this other person. And you can visualize yourself doing this. And often online you'll find cord cutting exercises and that kind of thing. And I would take the cord cutting exercise a little bit further, and I'd say, hey, I want my sacred energy back. I want my spirit back from this person or this experience. So ask for help from the higher power. A lot of people like to use Archangel Michael, but you can pick whoever you like, and ask them to cut those connections of energy between yourself and that person. And you can do this yourself too. Just visualize that you have shears or scissors or sword, and you're going to cut through all those cords of attachment between yourself and the other person. And you can always preface this by saying, I am only doing this for the highest good for myself and for others. And so I will only cut those cords that are not supportive. They don't match my energy field, or they're taking from me. You don't want to obviously cut off things that, are supportive for you or match your vibration. But we are trying to, we're in a place at this point, if we've been involved with a psychic vampire, we're in a place at this point where we need some help, because we're so depleted in energy, we don't know how to fight this. We don't know what to do. So cord cutting, number one. And while you do this, ask for a higher power to help you. Visualize what's happening. Visualize those threads of energy being severed between you and the person. And once you've done this, and this may be something that you do, maybe a smaller version of this every day. I do it often because of my work. So I often cut these cords of energy between myself and other people, because otherwise I've read people, they've opened up their energy fields to me, and it can be quite draining. So I do this all the time. You may want to do it every day for a few weeks until you start to feel like this is something that you can incorporate into your daily routine. Some other things you can do, water is a great rejuvenator, protector, cleanser. And so intentionally use water as you bathe, whether you take showers or baths. Intentionally use that water and ask to be cleansed, ask your energy field to be cleansed, replenished, and rejuvenated. And you can imagine light, colors of light coming into your aura, into your energy field, helping you cleanse and recharge. And often I will imagine white light, very bright white light, coming down around me in through my energy field, And where that white light is, nothing that is a lower vibration can exist where the white light is. So I often use white light, or sometimes I use purple or green. It depends on the situation. But that is one exercise that's very easy. You're having your daily shower or bath, and you use the water to cleanse and put the intention in it to keep that energy field nice and protected and clean. Another exercise that's interesting is I call it the mirror exercise. So to actually visualize that you have mirrors around you so that they can reflect back to the person what they're trying to project on you. And this is not a thing where we're going to ask that it's worse for them than it is for you or anything like that. This is all done in the highest good. And we're just asking that whatever they are putting in your direction, if it's not a match for your vibration, that it's just given back to them, that you don't take it on and it doesn't affect you. Now, there's other exercises you can do. One that's very simple is sometimes if I feel like I'm going to be in a situation where there may be some psychic vampires there and I'm getting ready, I imagine that the outside of my aura is like an egg or a shell, and I fill up my egg with purple. I'm in my purple egg, and then I also imagine that inside my auric field, inside my egg, is almost like jello, so that when people are trying to get to you and they use words and terms that they know they're going to push your buttons, if those energies, those darts of energy, can move slower through the energy field, then my feeling was always I could be more aware in the moment. I would have more time to respond and more time to protect myself and stop that dart from getting me, that, nasty word or the manipulative comment. So imagining you're in the shell, imagine that inside the shell is sort of like jello, so that anything that does somehow get through your shell moves so slow that you can stop it before it hits you. Now, I know some of these things, they sound almost too simple to work, but that's exactly why they do work. Spiritual truths are very simple, and this is a simple energy exchange that's happening. But when you are in awareness that this is what's been happening to me with this particular person, then you can start to make changes. Awareness is key. That's why I say evaluate the relationships that make you feel uncomfortable, that make you feel drained or tired or sick afterwards or dizzy, or maybe they make you second guess yourself. They make you feel a little bit less worthy, or your self-confidence kind of takes a beating every time you're around this person. So think about your relationships, evaluate, and stay in awareness of their behavior. And once you spot that person in your life, then you can use these exercises to help protect you. Okay? So these are amazing things that can change your life, really, to have an awareness of this energy exchange that's happening between people. And a big key, I think, is to understand that we all take others' energy sometimes. We've all done it. But let's stay in awareness so like we can try not to do this in the future. Let's stay in awareness so that we can only amplify each other's good vibration, good frequency, high vibe. Let's amplify it for others instead of taking away from others. So stay tuned for the next video, where I'm going to talk about how do you make a plan? How do you make a plan to deal with your vampire?